At-home ostomy practice, you'll need a fruit roll-up to make your stoma. You'll need some chocolate to simulate the stool, a clean ostomy bag, as well as something to be your torso. I just happen to have a t-shirt that looks like a torso. You'll also want to make sure that you've got some gloves. Click the link below or visit nursing.com/NFN for a free NCLEX ebook covering the 77 key topics. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change an ostomy bag, how to clean around the stoma, and replace the new bag. Let's go ahead and get started. For a patient with an ostomy, we want to make sure that we're assessing the stoma itself, as well as taking really close care of the skin around the stoma, since it has adhesive applied and removed so often. So I like to use an alcohol prep pad to clean around. And of course I would have performed hand hygiene, and now I have clean standard gloves. And then I can go ahead and come around the bag and start to loosen that adhesive in order to make sure that I'm taking care of the skin. You can also use one of those adhesive removers. Once you've got it loosened from the skin, you can go ahead and start to peel it away and then just very gently remove it from the skin. My fake stoma is having some trouble staying. Once you have the bag removed, you want to make sure to assess around the stoma to ensure that there isn't any skin breakdown. You can apply barrier cream and other treatments in order to make sure that the skin is not breaking down. Then utilize a washcloth with some soap and water or some Perry type wipes to clean around the stoma. We want to get all of the stool off of the skin as best we can. And remember that stomas, because the bowels are always moving, may spit out some of those contents. Once you have everything nice and clean around the stoma, now it's time to apply a new bag. When reapplying the bag, we need to make sure that the flange, or in this case, the bag is attached to the sticky film, that this is cut to fit the size of the stoma. So we want to make sure that it has a good enough fit around the stoma, but it's not so tight around the stoma that it could cut off circulation to it itself. So in addition to, if your bag has a flange that's separate from it, you'll also want to make sure that you have some barrier prep, something to make sure that the skin is not only protected, but also is maximized in its preparation to make sure that it sticks really well. Because ideally we want to change this bag as infrequently as possible, or at the very least, the adhesive that's on the skin, because that can be really damaging, as I mentioned. So now that we've got our new bag, we can take a look and measure roughly against the stoma, kind of taking, I've even done this with scissors, just kind of give a rough estimate on there and kind of say, okay, so it's probably going to be up to that outer line that we need to cut in order for this to go around the stoma, but not to cut off any circulation. So then you want to make sure that you're cutting up right here and then around, and then we'll put that around the stoma. So cutting it out, getting it as straight as possible. And then the bag that I'm working with is attached to the flange as opposed to the flange being separate from the bag. Just depends on the supplies that you have that maybe wound care has or whatnot. And then I can take out that piece, and now my bag should fit the stoma right around, and that looks good. So then you would take your barrier prep and make sure to prep around the skin. So take out this wand and then do right around the stoma. Of course, if there were any stool from the stoma, you could go ahead and make sure that the skin is nice and clean, nice and dry, then use your barrier prep. Then you're going to take your bag, peel away the adhesive, and then this one also has this outer adhesive. You want to make sure to get all of that adhesive off. We'll go ahead and place it around the stoma, and then you're going to press into the skin, and then we've got it. So now lastly, we need to make sure that we attach the clip to make sure that this opening is nice and secure so that there's no stool leaking out. So here's our clip, and these are reusable, so you want to make sure to take care of them as best you can. And I like to go ahead and create a little lip and then fold that over, and then it's going to clip closed. And then that is nice and secure so that we don't have any accidents or any spills.
Hey guys, Todd from nursing.com here. Let us know what topics you'd like to see videos on in the comments section below, and we will review those as we plan new content.
If you need more help breaking down complex topics like this one, make sure to head over to nursing.com/NFN. Click the link in the description below, or scan the QR code to unlock your free NCLEX review that covers 77 must-know nursing topics. Make sure that you learn this, that we love you guys. Now go out, be your best self today, and as always, happy nursing.